Unless you have literally been hiding under a rock, you have probably noticed that all of the social media platforms' algorithms are changing. Here's what you need to know in order to handle it without absolutely losing your mind. My name is Rachel Pedersen. I'm a social media strategist, and I've worked with many of the brands that you know and love, supporting them with growing their social media, reaching more people, and ultimately generating leads, profits, fantastic customers directly from social media. And I'm super excited to share with you today some of the major lessons I've learned over managing social media for the last 7 or 8 years. So let's dive on in. Number 1, algorithms are always changing minorly. There aren't major changes happening all the time, but day by day, there are consistently little tweaks that completely change the game in little ways, whether it's a platform rolling out a new feature or something that they've just decided to add to just tweak things a little bit. The truth is, we should always be evolving and adapting and creating content that tests these new algorithms. Number 2, algorithms change because behavior is changing. Now, this one's a little time sensitive, but especially after a pandemic or a really big life-changing or world-changing event, the way that people consume content, education, entertainment, information is changing. And so it's not necessarily personal. It's more about the fact that people really and truly just don't want to waste their time. Now, one of the major things that I've noticed with this point is that it seems that attention spans are actually simultaneously doing two things, both becoming shorter and also becoming longer. And you might say, Rachel, how in the world are both of those possible? Well, first up, people don't want to waste their time. We are all realizing how precious time is. It's the only resource that we can't get back. And I'm noticing that viewers are taking less time to try out a content creator or try out an educator, a motivator. They're taking less time to make snap decisions, especially in this era with TikTok. A lot of people say TikTok is changing human behavior. I actually am going to flip the argument and say human behavior is changing, and TikTok showed up to fill the gap where that human behavior is changing. On the flip side of things, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people who have spent hours or even days, I will not name any names, but hours or even days binging content that they love. So simultaneously, while people are being more fast, quicker to decide what they actually want to invest their time into absorbing, taking in, consuming, once they've made a decision, they will binge content for hours, days, months, weeks on end. Number 3, the platform's algorithms are designed based on human behavior. They're not punishing you, they're just changing. It's really and truly about evolving, adapting, or experiencing the plateau and then ultimately decline. So while it can be frustrating or feel like these platforms are punishing us as creators, as educators, the truth is, it's just mimicking and mirroring exactly what human behavior is. So we don't necessarily have to make it wrong. We can just learn how to grow. Number 4, some content falls outside of what algorithms expect. And even engineers within platforms struggle to sometimes understand or explain these outliers. So when you hear something or a general best practice for an algorithm and you see someone else's content completely outside of that, recognize that there are outliers. There are people who absolutely are blessed by the public. There are some that I've even seen where I'm like, I don't get it, but I'm happy for that person. Number 5, when algorithms go through major resets, that is the time to test and try things. Even if they don't work, it's okay. Now, what's really interesting is sometimes people will try to do what used to work harder, more, etc. And I'll just be super honest. I've done this too. We want to cling so badly to the past that it's almost like that. I know everyone has that one aunt who mastered the 80s bangs. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like the poof bangs. And they spent so long iterating and working to make it right that they don't want to let go of the 80s bangs. And part of you wants to say, Aunt Linda, please change it up. But it's okay to recognize it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be different. It's going to be, even at times you might feel a little bit exposed trying something totally new when you've gotten used to the old ways of creating content. Number 6, in order to learn what's working with an algorithm, it's rarely the studies or the docs from engineers that actually explain it best. It can best be learned by learning pattern detection. This means instead of getting a secondhand source, because believe it or not, like I said, it is not the algorithm that decides what's going to work. The algorithms are deciding to serve what's working based on human behavior. So one of the best things that you can do is start studying, become an expert at pattern detection, and really and truly start to scroll through your For You page, start to scroll through your dashboards and your Explore feed, your news feed, and see what content is currently working. You can get some fantastic hints about what is working, aka what human behavior is currently doing, by studying the content that you see performing. Sometimes you can actually nail it even before the engineers can even explain it. Number 7, see every content change, or rather every algorithm change, as a blessing. Now, this one is the silver lining, because I know it's so frustrating when algorithms change, but it does clear out those whose brands content is not iterating, those who are not evolving, trying new things, testing. They kind of stick out a little bit as like, oh, Aunt Linda, those bangs got really big, they're really great. But the truth is, like, you have an opportunity to literally experience kind of a mini little reset across each and every platform every time that you discover that an algorithm is in fact changing. Number 8, you can actually learn, this is pretty cool, what's working on one platform and model it for the other platforms. Now, sometimes it might be a little disruptive on a given platform with content that doesn't make sense. However, it's worth testing. You can identify human patterns and behavior on one platform, iterate it for another platform, and sometimes that human behavior is going to cross over to the platform before everybody else figures it out. Number 9, please remember that good copywriting and learning persuasion and psychology always works. Number 10, remember that going viral is not the only metric or indication of success with content. There are so many other non-metric based wins and victories that you can experience and count as wins. I know this video was encouraging for you, or if you're listening on the podcast, I'm going to give you a few places to find some fantastic resources to support you, encourage you, and help you with content creation and marketing. If you are watching this now, head to the link in my bio beneath this video and you'll see tons of fantastic free resources. If you're listening on the podcast, go to rachelpedersen.com/podcast, and there you will see a couple of special, super juicy resources that you can literally implement today. I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.